they get a custom vinyl. So we can switch over to front facing here.
Okay.
All right. So our names obviously have changed. So Randy Valor here is stepping in, and Maverick's out handing out some vinyl. So I'm gonna get this next game here set up.
What's the next one?
And what are they picking?
Yep.
I know.
You want to do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. Set that up. You can scroll it over. All right. So what is?
So how do you edit this name?
You can right-click and do properties.
Yep. Properties, nice.
Yeah, and just punch it in there. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't edit with OBS. We can't edit it on the fly. So, or I'm sorry, before we get into the screen. So.
Gotcha.
All right, so it looks like we're gonna do Lijiang Tower. That'll work. All right.
So getting up to speed here, what are the ranking or standings right now for these two teams relative
so these
to
two teams were both only at I think they both have no wins so far.
So one team is going to have a win coming out of this one.
So somebody's going to come out here with a win. So this is high stakes for these guys. Each of these teams is going to dictate where they're placed next week in the playoffs. So unlike previous seasons, everybody's got a chance at winning, as opposed to after the third week in seasons past, everyone gets put in either the top tier or the lower tier semis. So now everyone gets a shot next week, but this is going to dictate where they fall. So
excellent. That'll be great to see if low-seeded team can really win a couple in a row and make their way into the finals. That could be really cool.
It also lends itself. What really helps is we found teams obviously play better as the season goes on. So it gives you that chance that if you had a slow team to learn or get to coordinate with each other, if you picked up steam, you were rewarded. So that's a big plus. So we're gonna switch over here to our game view. And
it's interesting you say that, because I know for me, playing last season, it was right around week 3 when you really start to vibe and kind of get that team chemistry going and learning the strengths and weaknesses of all your fellow teammates. So,
yes. All right, and then we'll change. All right, so we've got Dracula in the blue here and Demons in the red. Switch those. All right, so this is one of my favorite Farah maps, actually.
Lijiang Tower is.
Yeah.
This one in particular.
Yes. This control point in particular I like because you got that move in the middle. You got good doorways you can kind of blast through. Good aerial space, but also if you're if you're a soldier trying to do anti-Farah, it's also a tight confined space too.
True.
So you got to really balance the two out there. But
neither of these teams opting to roll with the Farah this time around.
Yeah,
but
it's interesting. Well, it looks like Dracula is going to be the commanding team here to kick it off. And this is a team traditionally, there's a few key players on here. Treinhardt, Kawa Senpai, and Yurtable in the Overwatch Chicago League have been traditionally pretty good team players. They communicate a lot. We see them here practicing. So we anticipate a lot of team coordination with Team Dracula. Even from the beginning, we knew when we saw those familiar names, these are guys that like to change based on their team's needs. So I expect, given that they just had that loss in that first match there, I expect them to kind of adapt here.
So we see Demons here. They swapped out Symmetra for Lucio, which is going to help them a lot in terms of mobility here, and they're really making a strong push, but Dracula's answering. Riptire coming out of Demons, picks up the Zen there. It's a big pickup, and they're going to make their push here.
Oh, hammer
Irritable opts to solo ult that Mercy there. It's a big big key
Worth
target
it.
for
I
him.
would say
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
And Demons is going to pick up this
And they
point.
grab it right back. So this is good news for Demons.
This map in particular is really tough to retake. It's a lot easier on defense. There's a lot of tight corridors, especially with the Junkrat. You can just throw a ton of damage down these really tight corners and hallways, and there's
Stay
not
protected
too much that Dracula can do to stop it if that shield is down for their Orion. But they're answering back here and really taking a commanding presence on this point and looking like they're going to retake it here.
Sage doing a battle off the side there, manages to sacrifice himself off the cliff to respawn, I think.
So in terms of ultimates here, Demons does have a lot coming up. They have Roadhog, Reaper, Lucio ult, and the Junkrat ult coming up as well. Dracula not so much. They're still kind of charging up. They have the Soldier ult, but...
sorry, I was pointing. I feel like everyone can see me pointing, but we had that was a really nice work on Dracula.
Yep.
They started the ball rolling with knocking out the healer there with that solo ult with Kawa Senpai. Again, worth
Just
it.
as I was saying that,
worth
yep.
it, yeah. So let's take a look at Trinehard and see what he
But
sees.
Demons did not pop anything there, so... Oh! Sneaky Reaper ult picks up the Mercy. Again, key pick.
Yeah.
Riser, the big ultimate there, takes out 2. Cupcake is going to reg Sage, and then... But they're not going to be able to get on the point fast enough.
No. That was okay. Valiant effort, though. Valiant effort. It was good.
Of course, the new format now is best of 3 on King of the Hill maps.
Yes. Which actually helped us out with our 6-team play because it helps, it makes it move along a little quicker, less draws. So that also helped us with the team expansion this year, which was a big plus.
So this is going to be interesting. We have a Rhine setup versus a more dive-oriented composition from Dracula. On this map in particular, mobility is kind of key. It's really tough to kind of move through these different areas. But it'll be interesting to see how Demons opts to attack them here, but they're going to take this bridge here.
Yans make me nervous, but seems to be working.
Working on that Rhine shield.
Oh, Farrah gets shot down immediately by Zaldan there. Doing a really good job as Soldier.
See how Jan's just kind of going out behind them and really just harassing that back line, especially against a team that's rolling with a Reinhardt setup. Splitting them up like that is going to be key in terms of because it's so important to stay behind that Rhine shield. But if you're going to let the Dracula get behind you, it's really tough to kind of keep your focus forward, which is where you want to be.
They also create that panic when they get that. As soon as you get your tank down, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. Ooh, Farrah opting for that flying around the outside there. Get a look at Rise.
Get a res out of here. Yep.
Yeah, nice work. But again, is that Rise going to protect it, or the Reinhardt's going to protect him all the way out there?
Yep, they're really doing a good job of splitting up Demons and kind of not letting them get comfortable in their movement. But they are going to take this point here.
Nice work. Did a good job. I thought for a minute there they were going to be too far apart to take that point, but it's definitely wrong.
So they definitely do have the advantage here. I mean, it is easier to hold a point, of course, but with that Rhine, especially on that bridge, they're able to completely shut down one way. So they're going to force Dracula to move around to this white room, this backside here, and see if Rhine's going to move back there. And so they don't have a shield. If Reinhardt is able to shatter here, he could pretty much pick up their entire team. They do res the Winston here, but that shield goes down super quick. A lot of ults popping off here.
Got answered with that Zen ult again. Keeping
Both teams
up.
still pretty even. They're really just trading 1 for 1.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of back and forth. It kind of just ends up, it's almost like a game of rock, paper, scissors. Who's left at the end? Oh, we got that ult
Big
on
ult on
Luda in the
Luda.
middle. After I was just trash talking the Roadhog earlier. I don't know what he's going to do.
So you can really see how important Mercy is now in the different playstyles. She's really, it's important for her to pick and choose her targets carefully, especially in those big team fights. But it really goes a long way into sustaining your team and keeping it in there rather than kind of waiting for one big res.
And what I've seen also is, as opposed to the main res, is you got to think of what player should you res if you're given the opportunity, because given the situation or just the player, it can make a huge difference. All right, so they're opting for that back again. Oop. Demons is going right through that back again. It makes me nervous because it's so tight, but looks like they're making it work.
They're going to pop that Lucio ult. Demons going to get a nice ult here. Can't get in the doorway.
No. Pushing the last of demons away there.
So they've got to really start thinking about the clock here. Demons has maybe one push left. They've swapped the Lucio for Symmetra.
Interesting.
Could be a okay pick because, I mean, a lot of these fights have been really just kind of chaos, and that's where Symmetra thrives, right? She just runs in there, left clicks, and just melts everything in the way. But that can't work if, you know, they're not able to even get on the points.
It's like you got to get your foot in the door. Yeah. And here they go at the point, wrapping up. I mean, this is it. Does it?
Looks like Dracula's going to be able to win this one here.
I think Dracula might get this. And we got ourselves a 1-1 right now.
1-1. So Dracula answering after that loss on Hollywood.
Yep. Trying hard with the play of the game. I want to see which play this is now.
Oh, this is that last push. He just shuts it down, doesn't let them get set up together here. Knocks off a couple.
Again, splitting up the team. Causes some damage.
Really cuts off that push before it even gets started.
Yeah, wow. All right.